Hello, beautiful, wonderful, majestic souls of YouTube. My name is Dans. This is my channel, That Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placements. If you've made your way to this reading, I do believe there is a message in here for you. However, if you don't resonate with this reading, that's cool, that's chill. Go check out my channel. There are so many other readings there. I'm sure you'll find something that fits you. Now, in my last reading, I did say I would get back into that energy, but I really don't have much say over what comes out in these cards. Sometimes I sit down and I'm like, I really want to get into this energy, and that's not what your guides have in mind for me. So let's get into it. We have two sets of cards here. We have the Eight of Wands, the Page of Swords. We have the Star and the Nine of Swords. So I'm seeing two energies coming up. So this could very much be pertaining to the last reading. So I'm glad and grateful that your guides are giving that. So we have a Page of Swords and we have a Star energy. Let's get into the two sides. Now, you might be resonating with the Page of Swords. You might be resonating with the Star. I will decide as we go on who I'm going to be relating to in the video as the dominant energy and speaking to you as if you are that energy. You might receive it in the inverse way. Take it as it resonates. We have this Page of Swords and we have the Eight of Wands. We have this like real want and desire for forward momentum and to take action. Like really, like I am so ready to take action. And then we also have the Star over here with this Nine of Swords energy. On the surface, bright, bubbly, beautiful, ready to give, ready to receive, ready to be open. But underneath is so much pain and healing going on. So the reason why these two energies are coming up is because I feel like they are connecting. You might be that Page of Swords energy connecting with the Star. You might be the Star connecting with the Page of Swords. I feel like the reason why this is coming up is clearly because the connection is on your mind. Let's get into what your guides want you to know about this connection. So, universe, please, can you give us some insight into the connection? What's going on within the connection? What do you need the collective to know about this connection? What context can you give me as a reader to help give that message accurately? Thank you. So we have Temperance, the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like there has had to have been this distance, this gap, in order for both of you to kind of, sounds bad. What came up was like wash away your sins, which is not trying to be religious. I'm not trying to say that you're a sinful person at all, but I feel like in past situations, both of you have shown up not as your most ideal self, not as your most evolved self. So you're showing up in ways that, sorry, I am too distracted. You've been showing up in ways that were not great. You needed to take some distance. You needed to take some time away and evolve and be able to come back towards each other, not as your most perfect selves, not even as your higher self, but as a version of you that is more healthy for the other person to be around and more aligned and more authentic to the truer version of yourself. We have the Hierophant, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands. Immediately what I'm getting is there is going to be a breakthrough in the formal social structures. So there seems to be some kind of very formal social structures around your connection, and something is going to break through that. Something is going to like cut through that. And I feel like when that happens, there's going to be a lot of recontextualizing that goes on. A lot of one of you saying to the other, this is how I saw things play out. This is what was going on behind the scenes for me. And the same for the other person. And you're both kind of giving each other just sides to the story that the other person didn't know about. And it's going to give you a much deeper understanding. Now let's look into this Page of Swords energy. Universe, please, insight information. What can you tell us about the Page of Swords energy? Thank you. I'm getting very strongly as I tap into this that this Page of Swords could be you. Now, like as I said at the start of the reading, it could be the inverse, but from this point on, I'm going to speak as if the Page of Swords is the person receiving this reading. Take it and adjust it as you need to. But I'm very strongly feeling that you could be, or the majority of people receiving this reading could be the Page of Swords energy, the person who's ready to take action and ready to move forward and be in contact and message. And the other person, I'm getting an energy of your guides wanting you to know that how they are on the surface is not like entirely accurate. So they want you to know a little bit of maybe what that person is going through. But again, take it as you need. We have the Five of Pentacles, we have the World, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Six of Pentacles. So when it comes to you, you've really been feeling on the outside. It almost feels like there's this whole social world going on without you there. Almost as if like everyone is in this little circle and they're all hanging out and they're all having a good time. You're literally out in the cold, like suffering. And you've been taking so much action to get to a place where you are ready to give. Again, it feels like the way that this energy is even coming up is that you weren't ready to give your energy to things. Like you felt quite withholding of your energy. And now you are like really ready to speak, to communicate, to be in community with people. That's where you're at, which is why we're having so much forward momentum going on with the Eight of Wands energy. That's where I see you're at. And I love that for you. I love that you're in a place where you can kind of rewrite those narratives around what your energy is for, where it should be directed, and you having momentum to really want to like share with people and build with people. Let's look at the star energy. Let's see what the universe wants you to know about this and see what your guides want you to know. Universe, please, can you give us insight information into the star and the Nine of Swords energy? This person shines so bright because they have been plunged into darkness. That is why we get the star and the Nine of Swords. Have the Two of Wands, we have the Emperor, and we have the Seven of Wands. This is someone who, oh my God, had and has really amazing big dreams. They have so much ambition for themselves. They have places, areas that they want to go to, expertise they want to gain, wisdom to be earned. Like they really just want so much for themselves, but there either is or has been a presence in their life that has taken full command of them. And they are in like a battle, or they have been in a battle with this influence in their life. I don't want to just say it's a person. Like this Emperor energy around them is very controlling is what I'm getting. There's someone who has been or is in their world that is extremely controlling, that makes them has so much internal battles. Like as I tap into their energy, it just feels like instead of being able to spend their energy out in the world, they're just spending it trying to survive, like just trying to I'm getting the sense that the control over them is making them super hypercritical, like of themselves. So anytime they want to take action on anything, they have to do so much work even before making that action, because they have to jump through mental hoops of procrastination, expectations, navigating and maintaining other people's emotion. yes, there's a very manipulative, very controlling, commanding presence in their life. And that's why they are the Nine of Swords and the Star. And this, like, in the high keyest of ways, makes me so mad, because this one hits a little too hard for me. I know what it's like to have a very, very manipulative presence in your life, in your mind, in your nervous system. And it's just devastating to think that anyone else has to go through that. And I know that other people go through that. It just, like, gets me so mad. Gets me so mad. Anyways, so I can understand now why a social structure has to break down for you to reunite or close the distance between you and this person. Let's see, like, I think that, you know, you can't really do anything for this person who has a controlling influence in their life. You can't do anything. They have to get out of there for themselves. What you can do is be there for them and don't close the door on them, and always, like, be a person that they, like, undoubtedly know will be there when they are ready to come to you. Like, that is so, so, so important. Yeah, this reading, it might align with the last reading. If you resonated with that, it might not. But I want to get some advice for you. And then, you know what, I'll also pull some advice for them. Maybe that'll be helpful for you, or maybe you are receiving this in the inverse and you need a little bit of that advice too. I just want to cover all the bases. So, universe, please, insight and information. What advice can you give to this Page of Swords energy when navigating this dynamic? Okay. So, we have strength here. You need to spend this time cultivating your energy resources as well as your composure, because when this person comes to you, and they are going to come to you, if you have been open to them and you've made it clear to them that you're there for them no matter what, even if they can't reach out to you at this time, they will. And when they do, they will need to call on your strength. It's really important that you come composed, because I have a feeling they're going to come to you very drained, confused, and emotional. They're going to need a rock. And it might make you emotional to see them in this state, and you can give emotion, but, like, they need a calm, safe space. So you really need to work on just making sure that's where you're at right now. And just know that the separation that's going on here isn't going to last forever. That's what your guides want you to know. The separation isn't going to last forever. This person is going to come towards you. And then we have any advice for the Star. So like I said, you might be the Star energy, and I haven't been directly addressing you, but you've stuck through it because you know that these energies are inverse. Here's the advice for you. And if you are the Page of Swords energy, maybe just it'll be helpful for you to hear this as well. Universe, please, insight and information. What is helpful advice for the Star energy right now? The Moon, Knight of Wands, the Eight of Swords. Okay. So speaking directly to the Star, there is so much that you have conditioned yourself to be blind to here with this Eight of Swords energy. And you know that it's keeping you bound, and you know that you literally dream of a different reality. You need to like be brave enough to face your truth and to honor your truth and to not let anyone sway your truth. And I know that's so hard, especially if someone has gotten into your brain, someone's gotten into your nervous system, if you've been running a certain narrative about who you are and what influences your life and what you're capable and incapable of, because someone is telling you these things, someone that you may love, someone that you trust, and someone that you know has an influence over your life where you spend years with them. It's very, very difficult to undo that. But you need to look at it. Like, you need to look at it like head first. It's hard. It's hard. Like, this, if you are this Page of Swords, just know like the impact that you can have on someone who is in a manipulative situation. You might not feel like you can do much, but there is so much that people outside of these controlling situations can do to help other people. So helping, like, what this person needs is to anchor into themselves, like the truest version of themselves, the most like authentic version of themselves and their feelings and their intuition. And that's probably been eroded. So anything that you can do to help bring them back into that is really important. So one, keeping the door open, making sure that they know that there's always a clear line of communication to you, that you're always ready to receive them with open arms, and that you're a safe, non-judgmental space. That is number one. And number two is help them anchor back in to their own thoughts, their own feelings, their own truth. This is a heavy reading for me. But I had someone amazing pull me out of a very hard situation by doing that. So I know that it's possible. It's possible for people to have a massive, amazing impact on people's lives. So I believe that you are a safe space. And if you are that star energy, there are people that will help you. You aren't alone. There are people that love you and are willing to help you and are willing to hear you and not see you as this terrible or incapable thing. You are such a light, and there are people that see you for that. Universe, please, last words of insight and information. What do both of these energies need to hear at this time? If you're in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees, spirit of the tree, nature, priestess, inner peace. The big call here is for both of you to start to spend some time alone and anchor within yourself. This Page of Swords energy needs to anchor into strength, composure, calmness. This star energy needs to anchor into their truth, their intuition. So take some time away, have a nice little break. I hope that I have brought you some clarification, some comfort, some company. Thank you so much for letting me tap into your energy. I will see you in the next reading.